Hello there friends, and welcome to another video, series of how to create a custom WordPress theme for a software services agency. And in the last video we did the backend for our front page. We worked with the customizer, and we had added all the functions for the customizer right here. So in this video we have to put it in on the front end so we can see it here and style it the way we want it. So let's dig in, all right? So let's first start with our front-page.php. So let's go to front-page.php, and in here, let's just open up the PHP tags, and in here, let's, as always, do a little comment there. So at package, and we need a text domain, and the text domain you can find here in root folder and style.css. Let's paste that one in there, and then a little comment, so the front page for the theme. All right, so that's that. Okay, so now we need to bring in the header with the get underscore header function, and also the footer, so get underscore footer, like this. And the previous videos we created the footer and header, so we get the header.php here with all the HTML header info, and then we also have the footer as well. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we are going to add we need to get out of PHP here, because we are going to add our HTML here. So first we need a div and class of split, and a class of left, like so. But before that we need a div of container, a class of container. Actually, let's cut this one out and paste it in here, like so. And in here we are going to add an h1 tag, and in this one just do our services. Okay, and then after this one here we need a function. Also actually we need an a tag with a class of button. Okay, and in here let's do services, something like that. And then we need a split to right, so a class of split and right, like so. And same here, an h1 tag with our designs, and then an h tag with a class of button again there. And yeah, let's do designs. Okay, so let's save that. Well, let's actually do a PHP tag there as well. Okay, let's save that, and let's refresh. We can go on the front page here, and let's refresh. All right, so now you can see we have all this here. Now let's populate the front page with the functions we did in our customizer in the previous video. So up here in this function here, split left, so after class we're going to do inline styling. So let's do style, and that equals the background, and we're going to need a URL. All right, and let's close that one. So all right, so now we need to open up our PHP tags. All right, and here we're going to echo. And remember, in the customizer.php we had something called theme mod. Okay, so we're just gonna echo the theme mod, So echo get, let's see, okay, go get underscore theme underscore mod, like this, and then we are going to need a parameter here. So what are we going to bring in here? We're going to bring in the settings for the left screen. So let's copy and paste this one there. Okay, and then we are going to also, same here, do the default value, which is get template directory underscore URL. Okay, and then let's tell WordPress where to find the default. So again, it's image coding.jpg. Okay, and semicolon at the end. And then we also going to need to mark this as a background. So center, and then we have no repeat. So this is all CSS. Okay, let's make this one line, and then we need the background size. And the background size is cover, like this. Okay, so that's the first one. Let's save that, see what it does, if anything. Actually, I remember I do have an issue with style sheet. So let's remove all that. Probably gonna need to do more styling actually before that one is visible. But we got that so far. Let's head back here to the front page.php. Okay, so instead of an h1 hard-coded our services, let's bring what we did. So let's open up our PHP tags, and again, let's echo get theme mod, and here we are going to bring in the header. So we have the left screen picture there, right? So now we need a left screen header, like so. And that was wrong. Front page left screen header. All right, and then the default, let's do our services. Okay, and that's that for that. And now let's go down to the A tag. So first the href PHP tag. So this one will take us to the whatever page we choose. All right, so we need a the permalink. So this is a WordPress function. And then now let's get the let's get theme mod, like this, and in this we need a left screen, the URL there, right? So left screen, there was button text, and left button URL, like so. Paste it in. Okay, so that's that for that. Let's semicolon at the end, and then we need to set of services hard-coded. Let's again do whatever we did in the customizer. So open up the PHP tag and let's echo get theme mod, like this, and then we need a text for the button. So left screen button text, left screen button text, like this. All right, and then the default value, let's do find out more, like so. Okay, so that's the left side. Now let's take a look at the right side. So again, after class here on split right, we need to do a style of background, and the URL here. So the URL needs to be a PHP tag. Excuse me. So let's get echo get theme mod. I think that was the right screen. We had that right. So let's put down here the right screen. Let's double check. Yes, right screen, and let's paste that in. And then the default value get template directory URI, and then actual file. So we get image. There's images. Image design dot jpeg. Okay, and after that, let's semicolon at the end, and then outside of the last parenthesis is there. So let's do same there. Center, no repeat, and after that we need the background size as a cover. So that's that. All right, and then for H1, let's do the same. Let's do up the PHP tags and the echo get theme mod, and we need the right screen header like so, and then the default value, our designs like this, semicolon at the end, and then let's do href PHP. So again, we need a permalink like so, and in this permalink we need get theme mod, and then the URL. So we get the right screen button URL. So right screen button URL right there, and then semicolon at the end. And then instead of hard code it for designs, let's do PHP tags, and then we need to echo get theme mod, and let's get the name, the right side button text. All right, and then the default text, explore our designs. All right, semicolon at the end, and that's that. All right, so what we need to do now is we need to add a few things in our style sheet to make this work. So let's refresh there. So still nothing here. So let's let's add a style sheet here. So I'm going to do, for the colors, I'm going to do variables. So we get a root here, right? So we have a few differences. So first one is for the container, and the background color will be a blackish color there. Then for the left side background color, let's do RGBA. I'm going to do a little pinkish. So 224, 176, 255, and the opacity is 0.7. All right, and then we need a left button hover color, and same there RGBA, and let's do 100 161, 11, 11, 0.3, like this, and then for the right background color, another RGBA, yep, 43, 43, 43, 0.8, and then right button, hover color, RGBA, and let's do 92, 92, 0.3. All right, and then hover width, and that should be 75%. Then do other width, 25%. So that's just when we hover over them, they will move 75% of the page size, and then the speed in which it should move is 1000 milliseconds. All right, so like a second. So that's that. Now, okay, so let's do some general stylings. All right, so let's get back here to button. Sorry, no. Let's do the padding first. And so this star is to reset the whole website. So let's do padding, 0 pixels, and then margin, 0 pixels. Okay, let's first save this, and let's see. Go in here with the container, and it's there's total empty, so something's wrong. Let's let's take a look. Front and get header. Got the style. There's something up here. Let's see. We got the page back with theme on left screen. Template URL. Wait, URI. It should be URI, is that right? Let's change that, and let's go back here and refresh. All right, okay. Now it's working. We got that page. Let's see. Find out more. Our services. We don't have the picture for our services. Let's see what that does. Let's see, body, container. Okay, we got the split left, background. Could not load this image. So let's see what's up with that before we move on. Get template directory URL. The default. So I did the same mistake there again. Okay, get template directory URL. Okay, let's save that. See what it does now. All right, okay, cool. Now we got them. All right, so some debugging on the fly. All right, so let's head back here to our style sheet, and let's continue our under the padding and margin. All right, so let's do HTML and the whole body, and in here we just need a padding to be 0 pixels, and then margin 0 pixels. Okay, and then font family. So I'm gonna use just this one here, Franklin Gothic medium, and nothing fancy here. And then the height should be 100%. The width 100%, and overflow on the x axis. It's sort of horizontal direction, so you can't scroll on this side here, right? This way. Let's see, x, and that should be hidden. That means now we can't scroll horizontally anymore. Okay, and let's do the h1 tags. So that we get the font size of 4 rem. Color should be a little white. Colors and position. And do an absolute. Left, say 50%. And top margin 20%. Transform. Translate to minus 50%. And then white space. So the white space is no wrap, like so. Okay, good. We get h1. Let's do the button. Button class. Okay, so display. Scroll up. Display as a block, and the position on this one also absolute, and need left 50%, top margin 40%. The height of this one is 2.5 rem. And then padding top, need 1.3 rem. The width be 15 rem. Then text align, text align center, and then the color on the text there is going to be white, and then the border around the button is solid, and the color is also white, and the size of it is so 0.2 rem. That's the border, and then the font size 1 rem, and the font weight going to be bold, and then text transform will be uppercase, text decoration none, and then transform, so transform translate of minus 50%. Okay, and then now let's do the splits. All right, so first let's save it and see what we have on the front page there. Okay, it all disappeared. I think we're good to go. So let's do the rest here. So we need split and left. Now the button, hover. Let's see. Okay, that's that good. All right, so let's do background color. Now we need a variable, so var, and remember we had left. We're going to do left button hover color. So left button hover color comes up there automatically, and then for border color, do var and let's do the right button hover color again. So that's that. Good. Now let's do the rest of the container. All right, so position relative. The width is 100%, and then height is also 100%, and background is a variable of the container background color, like that. Let's see if can do anything. All right, so now we have to do something about this. All right, doesn't look that great. So let's take care of that. So let's do first the split like this. All right, and then position needs to be absolute. Then the width 50%. The height needs to be 100%, top to bottom. And then overflow is going to be hidden like this. All right, so if we save that, let's see what that does. All right, so now you can see at least they're splitting up here. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is do the split left. Take care of that one first. Split and then left, and this one needs to be left of 0. The margin is 0 on this one here, and then background the center, no repeat, and background size cover. I don't think we should need this one. I did that inline styling. Yeah, right. We don't actually need that. All right. Let's leave it in for now. Then let's do 0 element with before. So split left before like this. All right. So now the position is absolute, and then the content, gonna leave that empty for now. Well, we're gonna leave it empty. Then the width is 100%. The height is also 100%, and the background, the variable. So this is the right background color. Let's go up a little bit. Okay. Now we need a transition for this one. So let's do split left, split right, then split right before, and split left before. All right, and then transition. So the variable that is the speed, remember 1000 milliseconds, and then all, and then is in, out. Okay, let's see what that one does for now. Let's refresh. Okay, right, so we got nothing here yet. The next thing we need to do is the hover function here. So let's go down and let's do hover left and left. Okay, and then width and variable hover width, and after that let's do hover left and on the right. Okay, so with variable the other width right there. Okay, and then let's do our left and then right before. So it is C index like this, C index and then 2. And then let's do hover right, hover right, so hover right, we need right. Right, comma, right. Or is it comma? No. So hover right, right. Okay, and then the width, the same here. The hover width, and the variable hover width, and then scroll up. So hover right, then we need left. And then the width on this one is variable other width, and the last thing there is the z index as well. So hover right, then we need left before. Okay, and then the z index, just to put as 2, and let's save that, see what we get. All right, so there's some things that's not working. You see the footer is being pushed up here, so let's change that. So let's take care of the footer. We're going to take care of the header at the same time. So on the front page, we don't want the header or the footer to be visible. So what you can do here is we go back here, and if we open up our footer, so we don't want this here or this to be shown unless we are on a actual page. So there is a function for this. So if we go in here, let's do an if statement, and the function is front page. All right, but we don't want to show this one. So this one will make it so if this is the front page, we will see this here, right? But we don't want to see it. So what you can do here is just put an exclamation mark in front of the function. So this means not. So if this is not the front page, do this. All right. So we're gonna jump back out of PHP. So we see we have the whole footer, and under the footer, we can jump back into our PHP. Let's put down there a little bit. All right. So now we need to do end if, like this. All right. So this will remove the footer from the front page. So let's head back here. Refresh. All right. So now you can see the footer is gone. But something up here with our services. So let's take a look there and see what's going on. Excuse me. Let's see, split right, split left. And if we go back to up here, right, get the classes right, style, get the class of button. image design. This one's right. We had a picture there before. Let's go back here. Probably something, styling that I probably forgot. Let's go back up. So we got the root. Each one. Let's start the display. It should be fine. It's down here. Split left button hover. Split left. Oh, what's this? It's split left. I need a split right here, I think. Let's do that as well. So split right, then a button hover. I don't think this is it though, really. All right, so let's do the background color. Var, and then we need a right button hover color, and this one should be left, and then need border color here as well, variable, and we need the right button hover color there as well. Okay, I don't think that's all of it. Let's refresh that. Right, so there's something else I missed. Let's have a look at the container, position relative with right, and then the split. Okay, and split left, split left before, split left, repeat, yeah, cover. Okay, split, and then left before, position absolute, content. Then we get split. Yeah, right, of course. Stupid, I forgot. Yeah, I got split right. So let's do after split left before. Right here, let's add split dot right, and let's go down here to right 0, and then the background center, no repeat, and then the background size cover. All right, let's save that, see what that one does. All right, so we got that one here. Okay, so let's add a little something before here as well. So under here we need a split right, and then before. Okay, and then we need a position absolute absolute and content. Like this, empty, and then the width needs to be 100%, and then the height 100%, and then the background variable right background color, like this. All right, now let's see, this one should be a little bit better. Cool. Okay, a little bit better. Okay, all right, so that's that. Now let's they all look the same here, so this one should have a different color, I think. So let's take care of that before we move on. So let's see, left, so So left before, this is right, so this one should be left background color, right? So we do this, all right, so now it's a little bit clearer what's going on. Okay, so now we need to function, so when we hover over, it kind of hovers over on the left side or on the right side. So in order to do that, we're going to add some JavaScript. So let's head back here to the front page first. And on front page, we want to add the an on-click function. All right, so in an href, let's do that after our class. Let's do on-click, and then do void. And in this void, let's put it 0. And that's pretty much it. So let's just copy this one, and let's just do the exact same thing here in the button below. All right, so that's that. Now we're gonna add some JavaScript. So let's open up our JavaScript file right there, and here let's do a constant variable left equals document dot query selector, and we need the class of left like this, and then we need another const of right, so this is the right side. So same here, document dot query selector, and now we need the right class, and then the last const we need here is, or variable, is the container. So document dot query selector, and here we need the container like so. All right, now we need to add some some event listeners. So let's add that. So first one is left, and then append and add event listener like this. And the function we're going to use there is mouse enter. So that's the hover in JavaScript. So mouse enter, then a comma, and let's do an arrow function like this. All right, so now we need a container, and we need to add a class. Okay, now add a class to the container, and that's the hover left, which is a function we have down here in our class, also in a style sheet. Hover left. All right, so this class here is not in our front page anywhere. It's something we create in our JavaScript. So whenever we hover over, we will have that one there. Okay, so that's that. And now we also need to do the same for when we leave, when we take the mouse off that side. So we're no longer hovering. It has to go back to its original position. So if you do left, add event listener again, and to remove the hover effect is in JavaScript we need to use mouse leave like this, and then same here. All right, so in container, and the container we need to again use class list, but this time we're going to remove the function, or sorry, the class of hover left like this. Okay, so that's that. So now we need to do exact same thing here with on the right side. So we do right, add event listener, mouse enter, comma, this That's what I wanted. Okay, and then container dot class list add, and now we need the hover right, like so. We need there as well. Okay, and then right add event listener, and now for the mouse leave, like so, and then arrow function like this. Okay, and then the container. So I had a class list remove hover right. Okay, so that should do it. Let's save that. So let's hope it works. So let's refresh. All right, so let's hover over and voila, look at that. Okay, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here. Okay, so it works fine. So now if we hover over here, this will take us by default to the post because we left it empty, the default option. So that means it will take us to the latest post by default. But you can add a page here if you want, and I will take you to the page. If I click here, it should take us to the post hello world. Right, so that's how you do that on this one, right? I realized last video I forgot to push it up to GitHub, so let's do that now. Yeah, let's open up the terminal. All right, so here I have my terminal open. So I'm using Commander. As you can see, I'm not in the root folder of my C drive. So a quick way to go back or go up a folder is to press Control Alt and U if you're on Windows. So it jumps back up automatically. So now we have to cd into our project. So it's in my vamp folder, VV, and let's see, software services. I think that was right. Yes. And let's see what else. What other files do I have there? So we need to go into VP content. In our VP content, let's go into our theme. Themes, I think it is, yes. And in here in a theme folder, we need to find our themes, software services. So let's cd into our software services. All right, so from here we can push it all up to Git. So we're on the master, and you can see that it's yellow, so it means we haven't pushed anything yet. So let's do a git status, see what files that hasn't been submitted yet. So these are the files we can submit. So let's do git add a. So this is all the files. All right, now let's git commit with a message of front page functions, and I guess front and styling, like this. Enter. All right, so that's that. So now what we need to do is just to do git push. If that works. All right. So now it has been pushed to Git. So just have to double check. Yes, do git status. So nothing to commit. So everything's been committed to our master branch on GitHub. All right, so that's pretty much it for this video. Got a bit long there, but we did some error debugging on the fly. So that was probably hopefully a little extra lesson there. All right, thank you so much, and please stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next.